Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the Punch newspaper. The major story here says INEC PDP offices raised, scores killed in southeast Kaduna. INEC PDP offices raised, scores killed in southeast as well as Kaduna. You see, it is when you look at the other bar lines there, it says politicians sponsoring attacks on INEC offices. It says Uzodimma, gunmen soldiers clash in Ebonyi. All the details on the front page of the Punch newspaper. We move now to the Nation newspaper. It says 5 killed in attack on another INEC office in southeast. 5 killed in attack on another INEC office in southeast. All the details on the front page of the Nation newspaper. To this Nigerian newspaper now, insecurity threatens 2023 general elections. This Nigerian newspaper, insecurity threatens 2023 general election as 3 gunmen killed after setting Imo INEC office on fire. Electoral body decries systematic attacks. All the details on the front page of this Nigeria newspaper. We move now to the front page of the Leadership newspaper. Insecurity may disenfranchise 11 million voters in Southeast. A collection of new 930,000 PVCs shaky start. Sit at home order stores exercise in Anambra, Enugu, Imo. Ensure they get their PVCs will be charges security agencies. All the details on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. To the front page of the Blueprint newspaper now, investigation. Imo office now 8th INEC facility to be attacked in 4 months, 49th in over 3 years. Police officer, 3 gunmen killed in Owerri attack. All the details on the front page of the Blueprint. Mike.
Right, I have the first news here, and that's where we go next. It says, days of long knives. Southeast bloodbath worsens as rampaging gunmen in Ebonyi force banks to hurriedly shut down. Residents scamper to safety. Attack Imo INEC head office, 3 killed. Well, that's really troubling news from the Southeast. That's from the first news. And then we go to Daily Times, which is next, and it says, Daily Times says, politicians buying PVCs from voters. INEC raises alarm. Politicians buying PVCs from voters. INEC raises alarm and says, warns electorate to desist from compromising ownership of their PVCs and commences nationwide distribution of PVCs. That's what Daily Times has. Nigerian News Direct is the next one now, and it says 2023, focusing here, and it says politicians purchasing PVCs to discredit 2023 elections. INEC is raising alarm here to prosecute PVC buyers, sellers, commences nationwide distribution of PVCs. That's what Nigerian News Direct has. This day is next, and this time around is focusing on Obasanjo. It says Nigeria at crossroads needs a leader with right character. Nigeria at crossroads needs a leader with right character. That's what this day has in there. From there, let's go to Daily Trust. And it said, despite DSS ultimatum, petrol scarcity persists in states. Products sell for 310 in Kaduna, Kano, and others. Queues ease in Lagos, Abuja. Marketers seek price control and deregulation. Daily Trust is what it has. That's what Daily Trust has. And Business Day is next, and it says unbanked Nigerians seen flocking to payment service banks as CBN insists on cash limits. Unbanked Nigerians seen flocking to payment service banks as CBN insists on cash limits. That's what you see on the front page of Business Day. And that's all from this side right now, Veronica.
All right, let's look at the story on the front page of this day newspaper, where former President Olusegun Obasanjo is saying that Nigeria is at a crossroad in her political history, and that the kind of leader Nigeria needs is a leader with the right character and capacity, as it is now, because this is a crucial moment. He was speaking in Enugu at the Ohaneze Ndigbo National Secretariat, where he went to sign a condolence register opened by the group of elders for the first Republic Minister of Aviation, Chief Mbazulike Amechi, who died on November the 1st. And so he was saying that he and some other elder statesmen are trying to, bring to bear or entrench a new Nigeria where everyone has a sense of belonging. And then he also went to say that he has paid his dues for Nigeria. He has shed his blood. He has gone to prison for Nigeria. So there's nothing new, so to speak, that you want to throw at him or that he has not seen. And so that is why he has perhaps seen the handwriting on the wall to know what Nigeria needs. And that is what he and some other elder statesmen are trying to bring to bear for Nigeria at this critical time.
Yeah, the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, you may like him, you may hate him, you may, whatever the thing is, but I think one of the most patriotic Nigerians who has given his life and all to this country, he's one of those and stands out very much for that matter. Not all Nigerians are going to like him. Of course, that's what leadership is. Not everybody you lead is going to say, oh, we like you, and all of that. But however, the influence that former President Olusegun Obasanjo wields in the Nigerian system is still there. You can't wish it away.
Yeah.
Right? It's all still there. However, the style of leadership, what the trends right now may not be the same trends 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Things are changing where young people coming into the mix are bringing a new paradigm, bringing a new dynamics, bringing a new horizon into on the table to say, okay, there's a different way of seeing this thing right now, where if we keep reaching out to Nigerians the same way that we used to,
might be hitting a brick
we might not be getting the same kind of results. Of course, we hear what President Obasanjo is saying. We understand the messages that he's passing across. But what is the impact of it on the minds of an average Nigerian right now? That is what is different. So the issue there is Nigerians look anytime he writes, you remember he used to write letters.
Yeah.
And whenever he writes letters, all the papers, everybody becomes a topic of discussion everywhere because whatever he says, of course, he's been head of the country, head of government for 2 times, as a military head of state at that time and 2-time president of the civilian president of the country. So when he makes a statement, you cannot say he doesn't know what he's saying.
Right.
Whether you don't like it, he's saying, whatever he's saying, you know that he's talking from the perspective of knowledge and in-depth information. So, but the point there is, we may not like what he's saying, maybe because some persons are on the other side of the divide. But whatever the thing is,
we don't all have to be on the same side.
In fact, not being on the same side makes it more beautiful.
Absolutely.
Because it makes us see the other perspectives.
Absolutely.
But however, the issue there is, at this time, elder statesman, President Obasanjo, because a lot of people are seeing that he has been seen with certain presidential candidates several times, and so on. Not just one. We've seen him with so many other presidential candidates.
As an elder statesman, all of them want to give him, accord him that respect.
Of course.
Yeah.
And as it is, I believe that he will be having the discussions behind the scenes regarding what direction people should, because he still wields a lot of influence, what direction people should vote, how people should vote, and what should they look at when they are voting. So when he's talking about credible leaders, when he's talking about the character and all of those, everybody is reading within the lines, and we know where that is going. However, people have different interests, and having different interests is also beautiful. So people are going to say, okay, well, we've heard what you said. We'll go to do what we think we have to do based on
Definitely.
the interest that we have. So all of that is the issues
For me,
within
I
the
think
mix.
it's just calling to the attention of Nigerians, whatever decision you want to make, ensure that these two things are key in your decision making: competence, character. Whoever it is, that decision is
but
yours.
do you know the challenging thing is that when you talk about competence and character, it's a social thing that is so is very debatable.
Absolutely.
It's not like saying somebody has integrity. Okay, how do you define integrity?
What's your yardstick
What is
for
your-
measuring
exactly.
competence?
Very good.
What's your yardstick for measuring character?
Very good.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Because the point there is we've seen in this country where a politician is accused of theft or corruption or mismanagement or looting, as the case may be, and his people will say, leave him like that, he's our son or he's our daughter. In the eyes of the
mistakes and all of
exactly.
those things.
So everybody. So the point there is, it depends on the side that you're seeing it. Because when you're talking about character, there's no benchmark to measure what character is in that context. When you're talking about capacity, there is no benchmark to measure because people have different capacities. There are different levels of capacity. So the issue there is that which one are we using to measure so that we know that when we're talking about this capacity, this is the one we're talking about. But when it comes to leadership, you don't need only one kind of capacity.
Yeah.
You need various kinds of capacities. So the issue there is, the beauty of it is that where this one is lacking, this one gains. Where this one is lacking, this one gains. So the issue there, it becomes challenging to measure all of that in one fold to say, okay, vote somebody with capacity and vote somebody with character. Everybody has character in different ways. Everybody has capacity in different ways. Yours might be different from mine in where we're measuring yours. I can fall short. Where they're measuring mine, you could fall short, depending on whatever the thing is. But the most important thing is Nigerians should look forward to a free, fair elections.
Absolutely.
And they should vote their own conscience. Let it be that, let me vote whom I want to vote. Even if the person loses, let it be my joy that I was able to exercise my franchise for the candidate of my choice, from the councillor to the House of Assembly to rep to Senate to governor to president, as the case may be. So I believe that is what is most important. But Nigerians should look forward to a great experience.
Absolutely, and it's people. The INEC has said people can start collecting their PVCs over 900,000 PVCs that are available. You can get to your various local government between now and I think January 6th or so to get it from your local government areas, to get your PVCs and then vote whom you think has the competence, has the character to deliver the dividends of democracy for you at the end of the day, because that is what matters.
Exactly.
Hold with your chest.
With your full chest.
With your full chest. This is who I am voting. Hold your card.
Yes.
And then INEC has said that you shouldn't trade your votes, because at the end of the day, it comes back to haunt you if you did that. It comes back to bite you if you did that at the end. We should have learned lessons by now. That's what one expects as Nigerians, that over the years we have learned lessons from our experiences to know the direction to go in the next election.
Yeah, a lot of people have learned lessons, and so many people also have not. But it's normal, because when it comes to lessons, some people who have contested in elections, who have voted for others at elections, who have participated in the election process, know what the dynamics are. The good thing is, what INEC has been doing, reforming itself, updating, rejuvenating itself to ensure that it is watertight with the processes and all of that. Of course, by the time INEC comes up with theirs, those who have ulterior motives will also try to see how they can beat the system. But INEC, the firmness of INEC in so many ways will also help to ensure that there's a free, fair, and credible election.
And gender confidence in the system, because we have seen what is going on in the coming days, and INEC keeps saying that elections will hold and it will ensure it is free, fair, and transparent as much as possible.